Good morning. Welcome to our very first virtual transition session for new parents. So welcome to Claygate Primary. My name is Mrs. Cunningham and I'm proud to be head teacher here. Now, today I'm just going to run through some things that you might be asking yourselves, things that you will want to know before your child starts school. There'll be another opportunity to hear about curriculum and to meet the teachers, either virtually or not. So let's begin. Now, some of you might have met me straight after our Ofsted, where we talked about our vision for the future for early years and for the school itself. And since then, we're delighted to be thinking about the ethos of our reception and early years. And I saw this poem and I just fell in love with it. I dreamt I stood in a studio and watched two sculptors there. The clay they used was a young child's mind and they fashioned it with care. One was a teacher, the tools she used were books and music and art. One was a parent with a guiding hand and a gentle, loving heart. And each agreed they would have failed if they had worked alone, for behind the parents stood our school, and behind the teacher, your home. I love the influence of the arts. We're so passionate about sport and art and teaching the whole child, but also our partnership with you, which for many of you will be just beginning now. So, as part of our refresh for our early years, we've got a team, new Miss Martin Diaz, who's joining our school to be our early years leader, with Miss Bolton Woods, who's currently in year 1 and is really excited. She's going to be working alongside with Mrs. Buttery, who is fairly new to our school and comes with a wealth of experience, but also she's an early years forest school leader and an emotional literacy support. And Miss Cooper, who many of you will know, and if not, has worked at our school for a long time and is extremely experienced as well. So a really strong and exciting team. So because of the pandemic, our original plan was to change our home visits into Zoom visits or virtual meetings. And we can still do that, but now we are also giving you the option of signing up for a Meet the Teacher and teaching assistant session where you'd actually pop into school for a 15-minute slot to just familiarise your children with walking in and meeting the teacher and seeing a little bit of the environment, and we'll be in touch with you to get that organised. But if you prefer to still have a Zoom meeting, then we'll arrange that. So whether you choose Zoom or a one-to-one face-to-face meeting, this is a great opportunity to think about any medical needs or concerns that you might have about your child, their likes and dislikes, the things that they love and are enthusiastic about, even down to favourite colours, and just any worries that you might have personally about starting school that you wouldn't want to share in a big forum. Now, don't be worried if your child doesn't want to chat to us, that's not unusual, but maybe if they brought in a toy that they really love that they could share, that's a good idea as well. We'll take their photo while they're there and we can send you the photo, or you can take a photo so that they'll have that as a reference. So, getting ready for school. Hopefully they've been in nursery, but I am also aware that some nurseries have been closed, so their nursery experience may have been halted. But as you get ready for more formal learning, really independence. Independence is key, and that's something we work on from the moment they start school all the way through, and that continues into secondary. So being able to speak clearly and listen carefully, being able to talk in complete sentences, being able to go to the toilet themselves. I'll talk a bit more about that, being able to dress themselves, just knowing what they need to do to make themselves safe, like having a drink of water. We know when they're little they don't necessarily know they're hungry or thirsty. but something we're passionate about all the way through CPS is a passion for books. Reading books, sharing books, enjoying books, loving books, using books to spark other learning. So what more can we do to get ready for Claygate? Practice getting dressed, as I said, how they hold a pencil. It is really hard to change a poor pencil grip if they are already practicing a poor grip, so holding the pencil correctly, thinking about use of scissors, use of glue, developing your gross motor skills so you've got good core strength, because that helps you with your fine motor skills, and then later on your pencil control. Can they peel an orange themselves? When I talk about snacks, the children love going to their snack bar or little cafe, depending what the theme is at the time, to prepare their own fruit. But also, can they draw in curvy lines? Can they do straight lines? Can they lose a game? Can they share? Can they play? So lots of things you can be doing over the summer to get them ready. But also confidence, self-esteem, boost them, big boy, big girl, getting ready for big school. It's so useful if they can recognise their name, because that will help them recognise their own belongings as well as their peg and all of the things around them. So think about looking around you. Here's our chickens, but looking around the environment, what can they learn from that? Can we do counting? Can we talk about what we can see? All of the things you can do preparing your child, which doesn't seem formal, but it's such important grounding for their learning. So uniform, they'll be all excited about their learning, but they'll be excited about their uniform. I don't know whether that will last. But we don't have any frills, we have a basic uniform. They don't have to have a logo on it, although most people do have a logo, and they might have a logo jumper or cardigan and then a non-logo jumper and cardigan, so depending what they're wearing. It's amazing though how many of you forget. Label it, label everything. Remember, we do swim, we do PE, and then all of a sudden that single sock that always seems to turn up with no name, it's really hard to track down. We do have some spare clothes if they have an accident, but also it's handy for them to have a spare set. So think about what they can do. If you've got a really complicated pinafore, some shops sell little pinafores with shorts attached, which look really cute, but they're a nightmare to get them in and out of. Practice them putting on and taking off their uniform. Practice how to undo a sleeve if it's gone inside out. Oh, I've got my mouse there. Okay. In your pack, you'll have everything you need about your order form, and on your visit, we can give you the order form to fill in with sizes to look at as well. So generally, grey skirt and trousers, sometimes a pinafore. Red might check some dress, like we've got here, or shorts. That's girls and boys can wear shorts. Girls and boys can wear trousers. Polo shirts, jumpers and cardigans. Black school shoes, not trainers. Tights are great, they look lovely, they keep them warm, but they're really hard for the children to take off. So if they are wearing tights, we'd recommend them not on swimming and PE days. Hair up as well if it's long, and we advise against jewellery. I know some children have their ears pierced, but it's another thing to worry about. If you hear the word mufti, that's simply a dress-up day where they can wear whatever they're wearing, sometimes themed, sometimes not, and it's usually to raise money for charity or for the school. And of course the PE kit, and that's in there as well. We do a lot of fun outdoor learning, so it might be a case of wellies, etc. as well. We're just developing Mini Woodies, our own new forest school area, just for the early years, so that's really exciting. And on the 3rd of July, that's going to be finished. So I'm really excited about that. First day, we want it to be a happy one. How can we do this? Well, be positive. Talk about school in a positive light. How much you loved school, how much their brothers and sisters loved school. try on their uniform, take their photo, so then they can see themselves in their uniform, but more importantly so they recognise it, so that they, when they see their new friends, they're going to see them in those uniform clothes as well. A little tip from me: it is really incredible as an early years teacher how all 30 children could sniff a jumper and know exactly whose it was. Wearing new clothes can feel smart, but if it's been washed, it will smell the right smell, and it won't be quite so, I don't know what the word is, quite so starchy or whatever. You might even want to walk past school, talk about it. Oh, we're looking forward to coming here in a week's time or whatever. Talk about their day, their teachers, all of the fun learning they'll have with their old friends and new friends, getting familiar with the words Holly and Willow depending which class they're going to be in. The first week we're happy for you to come down with your children, but very soon we want to get that independent coming in. Now Mrs. Ali and I are always at the gate. We will help you. Miss Cooper, Mrs. Buttery, somebody will be at the gate to help scoop up your children if they are a little bit wobbly. And often it's better for you to disappear, and then we'll give you a call, we promise, if they don't settle. But it's incredible how quickly they get distracted, see their friends, see some learning happening. So don't worry. So let me see, my mouse doesn't want to work now. There. So a day life in the life of a reception child. So the school gates open and the children all come in. And as I say, generally we don't allow any adults past the green gate. Why? Well, the children settle quicker for a start, but also for safeguarding. When the gates close, we know that nobody has entered. That shouldn't have. As I say, we'll be at the gate to help, and as soon as the children walk through the door, the learning begins. They do their own registers, they move their photographs and say they're here, they hang up their coats, there's activities for them to begin. Now, they do have a school lunch provided, so that is from the government's universal scheme. So all children up to the end of year 2 get a free meal. That's different from free school meals and pupil premium. And we'd really recommend that you apply for that, even if you think there's just a slim chance that you're eligible, because the children benefit all the way through their school career for that. They get money off trips, etc. So it's worth doing that. Fruit and vegetable snacks, they get one provided a day, but usually the children like more than one, and so we recommend a carrot, cucumber, apple, whatever their favourite fruit is. And at first, it's really good if you chop it up, etc., in a labelled little plastic tub or a little plastic bag. But then as the children get more independent, they really love the opportunity to prepare the fruit themselves and cut it in the way they want. And we obviously supervise that. Alongside their piece of fruit and universal meal, if they're 4, they still get some milk. Now, once they have their 5th birthday, the majority of parents then continue and pay for that, and so they still have their milk through the Cool Milk scheme. So, again, don't worry about the toilet. Your child might have been toilet trained for ever such a long time, been dry during the day, but sometimes when they start reception, it's new routine, they get engrossed with new learning and they might forget and have an accident. Don't worry, we've dealt with it before. And if we felt there was an issue, we would be in touch with you. But generally, we take them in groups to get them used to the routes, and we keep doing that as long as they need it. Once they get familiar with the route and they want to be independent going to the toilet, that's fine. What we don't do is help them with their personal intimate care. So get them used to flushing and hand washing. We do training of hand washing, which is particularly important at the moment, of course. So if you feel your child does have an issue with the toilet, let us know in advance so that we can anticipate, so that the child doesn't get upset by it. Oh, I'm sorry, my mouse isn't working. Oh, when they have their lunch, don't worry again. They have a practice. They go and visit the lunch hall. Nikki, the cook, she comes out and she talks to the children so that they don't feel nervous. They go up to the counter, talk to the staff. They wear a band if they've got allergies, and the staff also have photographs of them. And they are fed on a tray. So they have their main meal. So there's a jack potato, cheese and sweet corn here, or Nil here's got pizza, and they have a choice of pudding. So that looks like a chocolate muffin or a cookie, homemade in the kitchen. We're very fortunate to have our very own kitchen, and so everything is made fresh for the children, all with guidelines. And they're a little bit sneaky because I know for a fact those chocolate muffins are sweetened with beetroot. If they have a packed lunch, we want it to be a healthy packed lunch and something that you know your child will like, and approximately the amount that they will eat. We don't force children to eat everything, so we encourage them to have a try. We encourage them to use their knives and forks themselves independently. But if it's their packed lunch, we do follow your guidance and think this is what you're expecting your child to eat, and so we'd encourage them to eat that. If you're not sure whether your child will like it, have a go, and you can see the menus, and you can always have a go at making similar meals. Even when it's curry, it's very child friendly and the children love it. At the end of the day, come through the green gate again. Mrs. Ali and I are around most days. Go to your classroom gate, the children come out of their classroom door, and the teachers are looking for you. So if it's not going to be you, let them know in advance. Try not to be late, try not to be gossiping elsewhere. I know it's difficult. Children can get quite worried if mum's not there or they're last. So whoever's collecting them, to be there. We would also think about the end of the day, how tired they will be. So maybe those first few weeks, if you want happy days, try not to do too many other things like a heavy social weekend or whatever. They will be tired. At the end of the day when they come out, if you start asking them 100 questions, think how you would feel. So you want to be interested, but maybe wait for some questions later and model that. What was good about Mummy's day? What was good about Daddy's day? What was good about Brother's day? What was good about your day? So you're modelling that positivity. But also, they'll be tired, they'll be hungry. So you need to think, what do you want to start as a routine? Do you want to start a routine when they come out that you give them a nice piece of fruit or biscuit or a chocolate bar or crisps? Whatever systems you're going to start are likely to be followed through every single day for the next 7+ years. So you might want to think, actually I'm going to do a fruit snack or some raisins or something. Breadsticks are another popular one, or a tub of cereal. Please don't allow the children on the equipment, and once all of the children are gone, it's a great time to chat with the teachers. Communication with us. We are here. Give us a note, give us a call, lots of different ways, but what I please stress is, if you're worried, if you're concerned about something, don't grump to somebody else, grump to us. Don't sit at home worrying about something. If your child's been upset about something, talk to us. We might have an easy answer. We might be able to find a solution together. We want to work together. Okay. So from us, communication by us, generally we use Parent Mail. It's an online system used by so many schools. It comes straight to your phone if you download it, and our newsletters, messages, booking systems for parent consultation evenings, all sorts of things happen through Parent Mail. There's much less paper now. If they're ill at school, make sure that you have your contact details there. That's another way we would contact you. Of course, there's our website, which we're improving all of the time. I have no idea what just happened there. have a look at things, our policies, etc. on the website, and they're there for reference. Oh, I think I've gone past 2. I've lost my Twitter, never mind. We also have a Twitter account. That's a really good way of keeping up to date. Parents Association. We are so lucky to have an amazing parent body. It's not just for raising money for the school, although that's great. It also is enrichment opportunities for the children, but also a great opportunity for parents. So they've done things like a circus last September. We're not booking that this year because we don't know what's going to be happening. But a ball in the autumn term for the parents. There's quiz nights, there's been wine tasting, cheese and wine. There's lots of different things to get involved with. You're automatically a member of the Parents Association. If you want a greater role, that's brilliant. There's usually committee places available coming up as other people leave. But also each class has 1 or 2 class reps, which is a good role. Class reps are the class representatives, obviously. They meet with me as Parents Forum. We talk about various issues in school. They organise cake sales for your class. There's lots of things and ways that you can get involved with our school if you want to be a parent volunteer and help. We tend not to put you in your class, but put you in another class. But there's lots of things to do. And finally, wraparound care. Beginning and end of the day, we have Clubland. We have lots of clubs in general, sporting clubs, different languages, art clubs, etc. But also we have Clubland before and after school, and there's leaflets in the office. Now, a bit like Parents Association, the Friends is a charity that was set up a few years ago. As funding becomes tighter, most schools turned to a similar charity system, and our parents are asked to give a minimum of £15 per child, although some are much more generous. Why should you do this? Well, what we would like to do for your children, our budget, no matter how carefully managed, we can't always do that. And so those extra monies are donated to our budget, to prop our budget up from the Friends trustees. If you gift aid it, then that is even better. So, next steps together. It's not their first steps. They've been learning and growing and developing all of this time without us. But these next few steps of their journey are with us at Claygate, and then beyond. Hopefully they'll be learning and enjoying learning for the rest of their lives. Normally I'd ask for questions now. If you've got any questions, we'll answer them. You've got your home visit equivalent coming up, and I look forward to meeting you in person. I'm sorry this has been long. I'm sorry I've had some technical difficulties, but here I am in my kitchen with a TV and a mouse and a remote control and my phone. So thank you for bearing with me. Have a good day. Bye.